Hello, all my teens and tweens out there in cyberspace. My name is Miss Alisha, and I'm here at the Irmo Branch Library, and I'm here to talk to you about some of my favorite books for this spooky season to help get you in the mood. With my faithful companion here, I have 4 books to show you today, and I personally like to have a little bit of spooky and scary story, and I hope you will join me as well. So the first one we're going to talk about is The Sacrifice Box by Martin Stewart. Now, these are 5 friends who go into the woods one hot summer's day and they find an ancient box. So what do? They decide to put some of their most prized possessions into the box and sacrifice them. They make up rules. No one is allowed to open a box. No one is to go to the box alone, and no one's allowed to take out their sacrifice. Then, as friends do, they wander away from each other and they lose contact. But then one summer, strange and mysterious things happen. They figure out that somebody went to the box and somebody opened the box. And now the box is demanding the most ultimate sacrifice. Want to see what happens? Read the book. This can be found in our young adult section. The next book we have is one of my personal favorites. This is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Now, this particular book has all 3 books in it. They have Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, more Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and even more Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Now, you can ask your parents, we're not that old, that long time ago when we were in 4th and 5th grade, this was the most popular book because it was banned. Why? You gotta read it. Some of these illustrations can kind of get frightening, but first you need to read the book before you watch the movie. The movie takes some of those original illustrations and brings it to life. Now, do you ever laugh when a hearse goes by? Find out why you don't laugh in this book, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, all 3 by Alvin Schwartz. Now, here's a slightly scary story, kind of close to home. This one is based in North Carolina. This is Serafina and the Black Cloak. Now, Serafina lives in the Biltmore Estate. We probably have heard of that. You might have even visited the Biltmore Estate. She hides in secret with her father and lives down below in the basement. Her father says, always stay in the shadows, never to be seen, and to never, ever go into the dark forest at night. But then children around the Biltmore estate start disappearing. She teams up with one of the nephews of the original owners of the Biltmore estate, and they go in search of the mysterious man in the black cloak that roams the corridors at night. Does Serafina find him? You gotta find him. So read Serafina and the Black Cloak by Robert Beatty. Alrighty. Now, here's one of my personal favorites, The Graveyard Book. Now, Neil Gaiman is a very famous author. He writes some really cool stuff. This particular book actually won the Newbery Award. So you can impress your teachers and your parents by reading an award-winning book. But if you really like to get spooky and you really like terror, then this is definitely a book for you. Now, this is about a little boy named Bod. Really, his name is Nobody. And he grew up in a cemetery. Ghosts raised him and educated him and told him to never, ever leave the cemetery. Bod wants to know why. Now, if you don't think this book is scary enough, I'm just going to show you a little bit in the book here. I have permission to read this thanks to HarperCollins. I'm just going to open this up. Looks pretty tame, right? Then you go open, and the first chapter here. Chapter 1, How Nobody Came to the Graveyard. There was a hand in the darkness, and it held a knife. The knife had a handle of polished black bone and a blade finer and sharper than any razor. If it sliced through you, you may not even know it. Well, not immediately. The knife has done almost everything it was brought to the house to do, and both the blade and the handle were wet. What happens next? You have to read and find out. What's great about this book and some of our other books, most of these are available in electronic version through our digital downloads through Overdrive and Hoopla. The Graveyard book is also available in a graphic novel form, so if you like to read graphic novels, that's a perfect form for you. And then you can also download audio versions of most of these books. Do you like scary stories? Do you like these scary stories? Well, go onto our website at lexicolibrary.com, put them on hold. If you want more titles, come on into the library and we will be glad to share with you some of our favorite scary stories. I hope you have a great and wonderful Halloween season. Bye-bye.